If you are planning to relocate to Singapore alone or with your family recently, then in this video I will explain to you how you can get your temporary accommodation in Singapore, what things you should pack for relocation from your country to Singapore, and many other tips. And I will also show you my house where I stay, which is a temporary accommodation. So to know more about all these things, stick to this video till the end because I know this is going to be very helpful for you. If you're new to Peppy Sage, here we always talk about fashion, makeup and a lot of travel tips. Currently I'm living in Singapore for 5.5 years, so I know this place in and out and how things have changed, so I can guide you through how you can find an accommodation, what will be the price, what are the expenses here, and a lot. The first thing which comes to our mind when we are about to relocate to a different country, that is where we are going to stay when we reach there. So 5 to 6 years back when we relocated to Singapore, it was my husband who came first. So because we were not getting a proper accommodation here, because every agent we were talking to, they wanted us to visit physically as well as to pay them before to hold the unit for us. So which we were not very sure that we don't know this place, right? And how can we pay somebody such amount of money, which is a quite big sum of money? And what if something goes wrong and stuff like that. I hope you can understand. So yeah, all these things happen. So we found an apartment which is on a shared basis. So my husband got into a private room, which was like in one apartment there were 3 to 4 rooms, and there was this owner, a Chinese owner, who was staying, and along with that lady has rented out one of their rooms with attached bathroom. So this is how he stayed for 1.5 months, and after that I came along with my daughter. She was at that time around 2 to 3 years old. So we came here, and by that time my husband has viewed a few of the condos here in Singapore, and we got a condo in Singapore, like a 2 BHK flat in Singapore. So there are two different kind of housing facilities in Singapore. One is condo, another one is HDB. The difference between HDB and condos were like HDB didn't had many facilities like a banquet hall or swimming pool and other playgrounds and stuff. But condos has all these facilities. They have gym inside, they have swimming pools, they have tennis court and many other things. Like different condos have different things to offer. So these are the kind of facilities in which both the housing differs, but basically things are almost the same. If you're not much into swimming and all, and you want to just go once in a while, there are places like community clubs at every area. You'll find community clubs and you'll find public swimming pool which you will have access to. So few years back, like before COVID, the prices for HDB and condo were very different. Like HDB were priced at around 15 to 1900 dollars, and HDBs would be like from 2500 and above. So you can understand that there is a huge gap between the price. So people used to mostly select for HDBs. But for condos, once you live in a condo, you will love to live in a condo. This is what I have felt, because from the first day we were living in a condo and I miss that place. So if you are planning to come, you can also look for that kind of a place where you have a room to stay in, like a shared basis, an apartment. But if you are coming with your family, this won't be feasible. Like for one room they charge for $700 to $900, sometimes $1,000 now, but they don't allow more than one person. Even if you are a couple, it is possible, like there is 10% chance you will get, but if you have a kid, it is impossible. Nobody is going to give you a shared room if you have a child, and especially for 2 person it will be double, like 900 plus 900, 1800, like that. But for example, you are coming along with your family, with your wife and a child. So what happens then? You have to rent out an apartment like this. This is a service apartment I live in currently. They have a concept here in which they allow people to stay for up to 6 months, I hope so. Every 3 months your contract gets renewed, and this is basically for people who are looking for temporary accommodation. So I would suggest that if you are relocating to Singapore from your country, this is the best kind of accommodation you can get for initial 1 or 2 months or even 3 months. So here you get a room to house hunt and see the places you want to stay, and take a look at Singapore as a whole, and what are the schooling facilities, where your office will be, how convenient it is for you to travel, and then you can figure out the places where you should find a house. These are the basic facility I think you should look after, and for that staying in a accommodation which is temporary allows you that room of 2 to 3 months of viewing all these facility and then choosing your home in Singapore. So for this room we are paying around $3,000 plus dollars, like $3,050 or something like that. So yeah, it is quite a high price, because previously for the 5 years when we were staying in that condo, which was a 2 BHK condo, and it was around 1000 square feet, 1080 square feet, and we used to pay around $2300 to $2400. So you can understand 2 BHK 1000 plus square feet was $2300 $2400. But here in the studio apartment concept we are paying more than $3000. So after COVID the rent has really gone high in Singapore. So I must say the rent you are going to pay for your permanent accommodation in Singapore will be also around $3000 to between $3000 and $4000. So this gives us room and flexibility of how long we want to stay without paying any penalty. Apart from paying the rent, we don't have to pay for electricity or other utilities, because everything is included into that, and within that you also get once a week cleaning service that is free of cost, like that is included in what you pay as a rent. So one person comes every week, once a week, and he cleans everything. Coming to kitchen essentials, you can bring little bit of your spices, your lentils and other things which you need, or some snack items which you need for the first 2 to 3 days. And after coming here you can of course go and buy it in fair price, or there are shops like Giant or cold storage. So these are the places you can buy, but among all these things Giant and fair price is the cheapest, and then there is Senjuong, so that is also very cheap. So we mostly buy from fair price, because the proximity of fair price to any place is like there is a fair price at every corner of Singapore, so it won't be hard to get your groceries and stuff, your fresh vegetables, fruits and vegetable, fish and everything. And for cooking we have a cooktop, induction cooktop. And in Singapore, the new condos also, most of the places you will get induction cooktop. So pack accordingly. Like if you are Indian and you are into pressure cookers and kadhais, make sure that you have those things packed from India, because it is really hard to get a pressure cooker here. Though you will get, if you don't get a kadhai, you will get those frying pans. That is fine, I work with that. But the pressure cookers, I don't think you will get it here, or it will be very hard and even costly if you buy it here. Now I will quickly talk about few things which you should pack while you come here, which are very costly in Singapore. So first thing first is cotton cloths. If you think that you are more into wearing cotton, then you should pack your cotton cloths for Singapore, because cotton cloths are very exclusive, I will say, because you don't get much of cotton clothes here. You go to expensive brands and there is no cotton clothes, 100% premium cotton. I can understand the love for cotton when you are coming from India or country like that. So it's better to pack few of your favorite cotton clothes from India if you are coming from there. Another thing which I find it very, very hard to buy in Singapore is formal dress for men. So formal clothing for men is very difficult to get in Singapore. I don't know, most of the shops in Singapore, they only sell clothes for female. There is very less stores which sell male clothes, and that too formal. But for that you have to go to expensive brands. By expensive I mean to say more than $100 for a shirt. In India I will pay somewhere between 2 to 3,500 for a good formal shirt from Arrow or Van Heusen or something like that. but I don't think you will get that quality in that price in Singapore. So best is you buy formal shirts, but pants, yeah, boys, guys, you can buy your formal pants here in Uniqlo. They have some good collection, but still, if you want your own fittings and you have some particular style in which you want to fit into, bring those along with you. These are expensive as well, but I would suggest buy at least 2 to 3 sets for you, and later you can see what you can buy from here. But these are very expensive and very exclusively sold in Singapore, so yeah, have your choice. And ladies, if there is some kind of makeup product which you love and that is only available in India and it comes from an Indian brand, better you pack that for you for around 6 months or stuff, because after 6 months or 7 months or a year, you'll be again visiting your country. So yes, this happens with me quite a lot. Like, I'm a fan of Lakme Kajal and I cannot live without that. And when I came here, I came to know that Lakme is not available in Singapore, and here they don't know what Kajal actually means. So then I have to go and say coal and this and that, but I could not find one. Then I found one Indian store which keeps all these things, and then I got my hands into it with double price. So if you don't want to pay double money, just stock up on those things and bring. And don't keep all your traditional wears back at home, because when you come here, there all the occasions are celebrated, like Durga Puja, Ganesh Chaturthi, Diwali, and Eid, and all those things are celebrated in Singapore. You will get to know your community here, where there will be such celebration, and you want to meet those people over there who belong from your community during that festive season, and you want to wear some traditional clothes, right? So here also you'll get lots of traditional clothes, whether you are coming from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, no matter where, but these are going to be too costly, I tell you. So it's better that if you want, please pack 2 to 3 of those traditional clothes along with you, and that will be cost effective for you. Now, a big part which you can save a lot, if you have a child who is dependent upon diapers and formula milk, I would suggest to bring those things along with you. Like, bring as much as you can, because diapers are very costly in Singapore. Yeah, I have also paid for my daughter's diapers in India. Like, compared to the price, it is double the price in Singapore. And for formula milk, the price is really high here. So if you have a child who is dependent upon these things, try and bring these things from India as much as possible. If you are somebody who is more into gadgets, like if you want a new laptop, a new mobile, a new camera, whatever it may be, bring it from your own country, because in Singapore the import duties are very high, so the price goes up to a lot of extent, and it becomes much pricier compared to prices from any part of the world. So you buy any gadget from here, it is going to be costly. So if you are planning to buy something like that you are thinking that okay, let me go to Singapore, then I will buy, it's better that you buy it from your country. That in that way it will be more cost effective for you. Along with that, you can also pack a good steam iron with you, because in Singapore you will never ever get a ironing facility like that we have just beside our home in India. The dhobi who take our clothes just to iron them and give it back to us. There is no such service in Singapore, so better you pack a good steam iron, and here when you come you can buy a ironing stand. And that will solve your purpose. So I think I have covered mostly all the points here in my video. If you have any further question that what things you need to pack for Singapore, or where you need to stay in Singapore and stuff like that, let me know. I will reply to all your queries. Let me know in the comment section below. I will get to that question soon. See you in my next video. Till then, I love you all, and bye bye.